At what age does old age really begin? Most people would answer around 70. But in Japan, many people reach 70 with strong legs, clear minds, and the freedom to live without depending on anyone. So maybe age isn't the real problem. Maybe the real problem is the habits we carry for decades without questioning them. Every morning, millions of people unknowingly make choices that quietly speed up aging, long before wrinkles appear. The surprising part? Japanese seniors avoid these mistakes without chasing expensive supplements, extreme workouts, or miracle diets. Today, you'll discover 7 everyday aging mistakes Japanese people over 70 rarely make, and one of them may already be shortening your healthy years without you ever realizing it. 1. They never let their muscles stay unused. After 70, the body begins responding very quickly to how it is treated. When movement slowly disappears from daily life, simple actions such as standing up from a chair, climbing a few steps, carrying groceries, or walking across a room can become more difficult. This change does not always happen suddenly. It often happens quietly, little by little, until the person notices that ordinary tasks now require much more effort. This is why many Japanese seniors continue moving even when they are not doing formal exercise. They walk to nearby shops, prepare their own meals, clean small areas of the home, stretch gently, care for plants, and complete ordinary tasks without rushing. These activities may appear simple, but together they keep the legs, arms, back, and core active throughout the day. They also help the joints stay flexible and give the body regular chances to practice balance. They do not try to prove their strength with exhausting workouts. Instead, they protect it by using it naturally and consistently. A body that keeps moving receives a clear message: these muscles are still necessary. Over time, this helps walking feel safer, makes daily tasks easier, and allows older adults to remain more independent. Even short periods of movement can help. Standing up regularly, walking around the home, reaching for objects, folding clothes, or doing gentle stretches can keep the body engaged. The important thing is not intensity, it is frequency. Strength that is used regularly is much easier to keep than strength that must be rebuilt after it has already been lost. 2. They stop eating until they're full. Many people continue eating until their stomach feels heavy, simply because food is still on the plate. Japanese older adults often follow a different approach. They eat slowly, pay attention to their body, and stop when they feel satisfied rather than completely full. This gives the stomach enough space to digest food comfortably. It can also reduce the tired, sleepy feeling that often comes after a large meal. Instead of standing up from the table feeling stuffed, they finish feeling light enough to continue their day without discomfort. Eating this way requires patience. The body does not always send the signal of fullness immediately, especially when someone eats too quickly. By taking smaller bites, chewing carefully, and pausing between mouthfuls, they give the brain time to notice when enough food has been eaten. Portion size also plays an important role. Meals are often served in smaller bowls and plates, with several simple foods instead of one very large serving. This creates variety while making it easier to control how much is eaten. The goal is not to stay hungry or avoid enjoyable food. It is to recognize the difference between being satisfied and being overly full. That small difference can support steadier energy, easier digestion, and better control of body weight as the years pass. 3. They protect their joints before they hurt. Joint problems rarely appear overnight. They often develop slowly after years of poor posture, repeated strain, weak supporting muscles, and long periods without movement. Many people ignore these small warning signs until bending, climbing stairs, or getting out of bed becomes painful. Japanese seniors often take a more preventive approach by caring for their joints while they still feel healthy. They use gentle movement to keep the knees, hips, shoulders, and ankles flexible. Simple habits such as morning stretches, short walks, careful squatting, and changing position regularly help the joints move through a comfortable range. This prevents stiffness from building up and keeps daily movements familiar to the body. They also avoid placing unnecessary pressure on one area for too long. Instead of sitting in the same position for hours, they stand, walk, or adjust their posture. When lifting or carrying something, they move carefully and use both sides of the body rather than placing all the strain on one arm, knee, or hip. Strong muscles are another form of joint protection. The muscles around the knees, hips, and back help support the body and absorb pressure during movement. This is why gentle leg exercises, balance practice, and regular walking can be so valuable. The aim is not to push through pain, but to build enough strength that the joints do not have to carry the entire load alone. Footwear and walking habits matter as well. Comfortable shoes, steady steps, and attention to uneven ground can reduce stress on the knees and lower back. Small choices like these may seem unimportant, but repeated every day, they help protect mobility. The lesson is simple. Do not wait for pain before taking care of your joints. Keeping them flexible, supported, and regularly moving can make it easier to stay active and independent for many more years. 4. They never retire from having a purpose. Retirement may end a job, but it should not end a person's reason to wake up in the morning. When daily responsibilities suddenly disappear, the days can begin to feel empty and repetitive. Without something meaningful to look forward to, people may become less active, spend more time alone, and slowly lose interest in the world around them. Many older Japanese adults continue giving structure to their days long after they stop working. Their purpose may come from caring for a small garden, preparing meals for family, helping in the neighborhood, practicing a traditional craft, joining a local group, or simply maintaining their home with care. The activity does not need to be impressive. It only needs to make the person feel useful, connected, and needed. Having a purpose also encourages movement. A person who has plants to water, errands to complete, or people to meet has a natural reason to get dressed, leave the house, and stay involved. These small responsibilities keep the body active without making exercise feel like a separate task. They also give the mind something to plan, remember, and complete. Purpose can be personal as well. Some older adults continue learning calligraphy, cooking new dishes, reading, painting, or improving a skill they have enjoyed for years. This creates a sense of progress. Even after 70, they still have something to practice and something to become better at. That feeling protects them from believing that growth belongs only to younger people. Social purpose is equally important. Helping a grandchild, checking on a neighbor, joining a community activity, or sharing knowledge with someone younger can create a strong feeling of belonging. When people know that their presence matters to others, they are less likely to withdraw from life. A meaningful routine also gives shape to time. Instead of allowing every day to blend into the next, they create simple plans for the morning, afternoon, and evening. This may include a walk, housework, a phone call, a hobby, or a regular meeting. Structure helps the mind stay alert and reduces the feeling that life has become directionless. Purpose does not have to come from a large mission. It can be found in caring for one person, completing one useful task, or improving one small part of life each day. The important thing is to continue feeling that there is still something worth doing. People often become old in their minds before they become old in their bodies. The moment they stop expecting anything from tomorrow, their energy can begin to fade. Japanese seniors who remain engaged understand that aging does not remove their value. Their role may change, but their contribution does not have to disappear. By continuing to serve, learn, create, and connect, they keep both the mind and body involved in life. 5. They don't let stress stay overnight. Stress becomes more harmful when it is carried from one day into the next. A difficult conversation, an unpaid bill, a family problem, or a small disappointment can continue playing in the mind long after the event has ended. When this happens every evening, the body never receives a clear signal that the danger is over. The shoulders remain tense, sleep becomes lighter, and the next morning begins with yesterday's pressure still present. Many older Japanese adults protect their evenings by slowing life down before bedtime. They may take a warm bath, drink tea, sit quietly, stretch gently, listen to soft sounds, or spend a few minutes arranging the home for the next morning. These simple actions create a clear transition between the busy part of the day and the time for rest. The goal is not to solve every problem before sleeping. It is to stop the mind from continuing the same struggle throughout the night. They also understand that worrying longer does not always create a better answer. When something cannot be fixed immediately, they allow it to wait until tomorrow. Some write down the concern so they do not feel responsible for remembering it all night. Others prepare one small next step, such as making a phone call, asking for help, or checking important information in the morning. Once a clear action has been chosen, the mind has less reason to repeat the problem again and again. The evening environment matters too. Bright screens, upsetting news, loud conversations, and unfinished tasks can keep the nervous system active when the body needs to settle. A calmer routine helps lower the pace naturally. Dimming the lights, reducing phone use, speaking more softly, and keeping the bedroom uncluttered can make rest feel easier and more complete. Japanese culture also places value on quiet contact with nature. Looking at the evening sky, caring for a plant, listening to rain, or taking a slow walk can pull attention away from anxious thoughts and return it to the present moment. Stress often grows when the mind lives too far in the future. Simple sensory experiences remind the person that, in this moment, they are safe enough to breathe and rest. This does not mean ignoring sadness, anger, or fear. Those feelings need to be understood, not buried. But there is a difference between feeling an emotion and feeding it for hours. A person can admit, "Today was difficult," without allowing that difficulty to control the entire night. Talking with someone trustworthy, praying, journaling, or sitting quietly with the feeling can help release some of its weight. Sleep is one of the body's most important recovery periods, especially after 70. During the night, the body repairs tissue, supports memory, regulates hormones, and restores energy. When stress repeatedly interrupts this process, the person may wake up tired even after spending many hours in bed. Protecting the mind before sleep is therefore also a way of protecting the heart, immune system, balance, and mental sharpness. A useful evening habit is to close the day with 3 simple questions. What can I release tonight? What needs attention tomorrow? What was still good about today? These questions help separate what is finished from what remains and prevent one difficult moment from defining the entire day. The lesson is not that calm people have no problems. It is that they do not give every problem permission to enter their sleep. By creating a gentle end to the day, they wake with more energy, clearer thinking, and a body that has truly had time to recover. 6. They choose consistency over intensity. Many people believe that staying healthy as they age requires extreme effort. They imagine long workouts, strict diets, or major lifestyle changes that are difficult to maintain. But many Japanese seniors follow a different philosophy. Small actions repeated every day are more powerful than occasional bursts of effort. They understand that the body responds to regular care, not sudden challenges. Walking for 20 minutes every day can be more beneficial than exercising intensely once a week, and then spending the rest of the time inactive. Eating balanced meals most days is more effective than following a strict diet for a short period and then returning to unhealthy habits. This mindset appears in many parts of their daily lives. Instead of trying to completely transform themselves overnight, they focus on simple routines they can continue for years. They may stretch after waking up, walk after meals, prepare fresh food at home, keep their living space organized, and maintain regular sleeping patterns. None of these actions seem dramatic, but together, They create a strong foundation for long-term health. Consistency also makes healthy habits feel natural instead of exhausting. When something becomes part of a daily routine, it requires less mental effort. A morning walk is no longer seen as a difficult task. It becomes simply something they do. Preparing a simple meal is not a temporary challenge. It becomes the normal way they care for their body. Another important difference is that they avoid the all-or-nothing mindset. Many people stop caring for themselves after missing a few days or making one unhealthy choice. Japanese seniors often understand that one imperfect day does not erase years of good habits. They simply return to their routine and continue moving forward. This approach is especially valuable as the body changes with age. Recovery may take longer, and pushing too hard can sometimes create unnecessary strain. Gentle but consistent movement allows the body to become stronger without overwhelming it. The goal is not to fight aging aggressively, but to support the body patiently. Consistency also applies to the mind. Keeping the brain active through reading, conversation, hobbies, and learning new skills does not require hours of effort. Even a few minutes of mental activity each day can help maintain curiosity and awareness. A healthy life is built through repeated choices, not occasional motivation. The secret is understanding that time rewards what you do regularly. A small habit practiced for 10 years can create a much bigger impact than a perfect routine followed for only a few weeks. The Japanese way of aging teaches an important lesson. You do not need extreme discipline to protect your future health. You need simple habits that you are willing to repeat again and again. Aging well is not created by one powerful decision. It is created by thousands of small decisions made throughout ordinary days. The people who remain active and independent after 70 often succeed because they choose progress over perfection and consistency over intensity. 7. They keep learning and staying curious. Many people believe that aging means slowing down, knowing everything they need to know, and stepping away from new experiences. But many Japanese seniors approach aging with a completely different mindset. They do not see their age as a reason to stop growing. Instead, they continue learning, exploring, and keeping their minds engaged with the world around them. Curiosity is one of the habits that helps keep the mind active. When a person continues asking questions, learning new skills, and discovering new interests, the brain continues creating new connections. This mental activity helps protect against the feeling of becoming disconnected or stuck. The goal is not to become an expert at something new. The goal is simply to keep the mind awake and interested. Many older Japanese adults continue practicing hobbies they enjoy or begin learning something they never had time for before. Some learn traditional arts like calligraphy, gardening, tea ceremony, or crafts. Others read books, study history, learn technology, cook new recipes, or explore different ways of improving their daily lives. These activities give them something meaningful to focus on and create a sense of progress. Learning also brings excitement into everyday life. When every day follows the exact same pattern without anything new, time can begin to feel slower and less meaningful. But when someone has a new skill to practice, a book to read, or a topic to explore, there is always something waiting for tomorrow. That anticipation creates energy and keeps the mind connected to life. Staying curious also helps older adults remain adaptable. The world constantly changes. New technology appears, communication methods evolve, and society moves forward. Instead of rejecting these changes, many Japanese seniors try to understand them. They learn how to use new tools, ask younger people for guidance, and stay involved with the changing world around them. Social connection is another benefit of continuous learning. Joining a class, attending a community activity, or sharing knowledge with others creates opportunities to interact and build relationships. These conversations challenge the mind, strengthen emotional health, and prevent isolation. A curious person naturally has more reasons to connect with people. Learning does not always have to be something serious or difficult. It can be as simple as learning a new word, trying a new recipe, growing a different plant, taking a new walking route, or understanding something that was previously unfamiliar. Small moments of discovery can keep life feeling fresh, even after many decades. The body and mind are deeply connected. When the mind stays engaged, people often feel more motivated to take care of themselves physically as well. They have more reasons to get up, move around, and participate in daily activities. Curiosity creates movement, and movement creates more opportunities for a healthy life. The lesson from many Japanese seniors is simple. Age should not close the door to learning. A person does not stop growing because they become older. In many ways, continuing to learn is what helps them stay younger in spirit. The most active minds are often the ones that never stop being curious. The truth is, healthy aging doesn't begin at 70. It begins with the choices you make today. Every small habit you repeat is quietly shaping the body you'll live in tomorrow. You don't need to be perfect, and you don't need to change everything at once. Start with just one habit from this video, stay consistent, and let time work in your favor. Years from now, you'll be grateful you chose to protect your health instead of waiting until problems appeared. If you found these Japanese habits helpful, give this video a like, subscribe for more practical ideas, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care of yourself and keep building a life that stays strong with every passing year.